Okay, let's call the meeting to order. Do we have any modifications to the agenda? No? Okay. And we're going to dispense with the comments and citizens' comments. Yeah.
Basically what I wanted to tell you, most of you will recall that I talked last time about the city getting on board, so to speak, with cleanup and such. And since that time, I didn't get a call from any of you people. I was disappointed in that, although I've talked to some of you. I talked to the mayor and told him I had spoken with Fred Upton. You might recall Fred ran for a position on the council this last time. And Fred's a good friend. And I also then talked to Councilman Larry Hicks, and he agreed to help us. And what we propose to do is to come up with a plan for the city, and then of course we realize the council would need to approve it. Like as I said, I've talked to the mayor about this. I've talked to Larry and Fred. We're not going to do anything too outlandish or extreme, but our goal is to list those things and have some kind of an organized plan that we'll need some input from the legal standpoint on it as well, that the city can start doing and helping with some of the cleanup. There's just way too much for one or two organizations to take on by themselves. Probably Neighborhood Heroes has now removed over 20 buildings, houses, whatever, more than that, and that needs to continue. A lot of people are interested in getting this done and in helping. But like I said, basically we just want your blessings to proceed with what we intend to do. And we thought the three of us would be meeting from time to time, organizing our thoughts, looking at the city, what needs to be done. One of the first things we think that we want to address would be the possibility of looking at those places that really need to be condemned and moving forward there and see what the legal implications are and everything. Anyway, I'd like for you to talk a little bit about it, but like I said, we really want to move forward, but we want to do that with the council's approval, more or less, that we work on a plan.
1/6 of the council says proceed.
1/6 is 2/6. Okay. And of course, Larry's already on board. We've talked with him about it.
I think she's got a very good idea of what she's wanting to do. And I think
just want to get something organized and present it back to the city.
Speed up the process some if we can.
So, well, that's at least 3.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. So, okay. Jamie, I wish you had said I'm on board.
Shook my head.
Well, we want to hear you loud and clear. So, okay, thanks.
Okay. Any other comments?
Yes.
Yes. You're Alderman.
This might be, well, now I'm commenting as a citizen. This probably should have come under mayor comments. But Sunday morning I received a letter or an email from Andrew Mead, our mayor, and I'd like to briefly read it to you. It says, last Monday, shortly after waking up on our first full day of vacation in the Virgin Islands, I asked Melissa Draper to marry me. She immediately said yes. I wonder about that. Because I was proactive and estimated that Melissa may want to get married, while we were here on the island, I had sent the paperwork off the week before, and the local courthouse already had a marriage license awaiting. After the blessing of her children, it was agreed that we would be wed here in St. Thomas. On Thursday, December the 8th, Melissa and I were married at sunset on a sailboat between St. Thomas and St. John's. I've gained a wife. Buffalo has gained the First Lady. I've come to rely on Melissa's common sense, judgment, and advice. Melissa has been an asset in my life that is impossible to explain with mere words. Melissa is also an asset to the city of Buffalo. If you have been paying attention, you have noticed that she is always by my side. You will never find a better example supporting the saying that behind every successful man is a strong woman. As I bring Melissa to Buffalo as my wife, I ask that you welcome her as our First Lady. You will find, as I have, that she is an asset to our community.
You're here. I'm gonna find that, that's
I didn't think it had it in you.
It was of him having the marriage license ready, wasn't it?
I didn't was gonna drink that. Minutes and bills.
Oh, I've got a question. Lynn, on the dogs, we get booster shots in wintertime like that and everything?
And we do have to do a follow-up shot after the initial one, after in 30 days,
It was
yes.
awful high this month.
Well, we
Did
buy,
everything you had done,
it-
$1,300?
where are you looking
It was
at?
last month.
Was it November? For November? I noticed I went through the receipts on that, and it was ungodly high, I thought.
I don't know where you mean $1,300. We had a variety of things happen, and we've had a variety of things that we've done. Now, they may say booster, and we've talked about this
Yeah.
before, but what that means is just when you buy the shots. It's an ongoing thing. It doesn't mean that animal's necessarily been boosted. That's how it's coming out on the
But
computer.
it's awful high for a month. Very high.
If you can show me exactly where you're talking
Well, it's
about.
on, I can tell you, it's on, I'll tell you.
Well, you're just talking.
On the check, what you wrote the check back here, Buffalo Veterinary Clinic, $1,218.73.
It's a variety of things. It's not just.
Yes,
for
I know that. But that's
vaccinate.
incredibly high, isn't it?
Well, it depends on what we've had happen during the month. You know, we have to provide a measure of care for the animals, and it's a variety of things. It can be frontline, it can be micropill, like it says here.
Yeah.
We've had dogs come in with conditions, we've had pet puppies born, we've had, it's just a variety of things that we have to do.
It's extremely high though.
Okay,
Yeah, it is. I've kept track of everything.
okay,
But it, you explained it to me. That's all I
Yeah.
want to know.
all right. But just whatever we're dealing with, we have to handle it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I make a motion, we pay the bills if we have the money.
If we have the money.
I second.
I have a motion to pay the bills if we have the money, and a second.
I'll second
All right.
I second, I just said I second it.
We got an aye?
Aye.
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 Now, what about the minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Take the minutes. Do you have a second?
Yes.
Okay. I have a motion and a second on the minutes.
All right. All right.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
It passes. Department head reports, admin. Maybe you got carried away typing, didn't you?
Sorry, sometimes my fingers go crazy.
What was this nuisances during November? 2 letters were mailed out in addition. What's going on?
Well, Carrie Henderson's actually went out in December, but I thought maybe somebody had heard about that, so I went ahead and put it. Normally, I tell you the number that I did the month before, and that I think had been discussed a few times, so I thought I'd throw out there that she actually got one in December. So,
Okay. And on the Ozark Mountain sanitation,
yes.
it automatically goes to a renewal unless we do what?
There's an automatic renewal unless we've already put out there a request for proposals. And I only got one proposal turned in. We ran it in the paper. A small trash company picked it up. Ozark Mountain Sanitation was provided it, but they didn't bid with new rates. And then Waste Management came and got it, but they didn't turn anything in. So if we look at those bids and they're not any better, then you would automatically renew with Ozark Mountain Sanitation under the terms of the existing contract.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And I just didn't think it was urgent enough to go ahead and put on the agenda tonight with Andrew here, with Andrew not here, so I just put it off. I'll open them on the 15th, and that way it'll give me time to do a spreadsheet for you guys for the meeting so we can see that company's versus Ozark Mountain. Because if you're not gonna save, the citizens aren't gonna save a certain amount of money, you're not gonna wanna go through a change in trash company, so.
Right.
But until we actually open those, I don't have a clue what that company bid.
And those will be open Thursday.
Yeah.
Any questions? Any other questions? How about animal control?
You can refer to the report if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. I also will be taking vacation. You know, Christmas is on Sunday this year, and I'll be taking vacation between Christmas and New Year's.
Okay. Building inspector.
I don't really have much to add to the report. If there's any questions, I'll just have it last month. This month was a pretty good month. We had 6 new ones from this come up. Compared to, if you'll notice, the last 4 years, we picked it up. We're doing a little bit more. It's mostly remodels. We've got 2 new places going on. Of course, the bank's got one going. And a couple remodels on, but the rest of it's just basically remodels.
And Eric, fire department.
Any questions?
Sam?
Our computer went down, so I wasn't able to get the statistics for this month. I'll try to produce 2 reports for next month.
Okay. What's wrong with the computer?
The virus hit it, and then we were having trouble getting our stats loaded back on just before Lisa left on vacation. She'll be back Wednesday, and we're gonna try to get together.
But you got it back up, right? Okay. And street and water?
I haven't got anything except I got the bid on the tar. It should be there in the package there. I didn't really have it, I don't know, the bids on the tar, Mark, that I gave you.
No, I handed it to you. They were up there.
Showed them to you.
You showed them to me.
You left the lane up here, I think.
Oh, I meant, if something was handed to me, I put it in the stack of, in Andrew's mail.
Oh.
I misunderstood.
It is.
You said tar for $347. It's about like this tape.
It's just long.
I got 3 bids on, I got one from ABC Motor, fast food, and Phil. I think Phil should be the cheapest on, I think they were the cheapest on 10 live tars.
Okay,
All of them bid the same identical thing. And they gave me a bid on one there, a better tar, but it was quite a bit higher.
Which vehicle was it?
On the 3/4 ton Dodge pickup. We used it for 1, 2, both.
Phillips is pretty good about the warranty too, aren't they, Roger?
Yeah, and he wrote on the card that we were made in USA. That's what,
Okay, so the ABC did 2 bids, and one of them was
Yeah.
for a higher,
better quality of tar.
that's the higher bid. Okay, so we've got ABC Motors at $581.87. We got Eagle Fast Lube at $686. Then we got Phillips Tire at $560. And I won't read off the other one since it's not the same. Since we need to bid oranges to oranges here. So I will take.
I make a motion, we go to Phillips.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, a motion and second, in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
It'll speak to me if that's all right. Over a warranty tire.
They didn't want it?
I think we don't want to do it. I finally got Ben did it. And it's been 6 months, I don't go back there no more.
Tax collection report. We still have $104 out, $104,000 out.
Yeah, but that includes the new additions for 2011
Okay.
that aren't actually due until, yeah, that includes 87,000 that isn't past due.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on taxes? Wastewater, Gus? Gus, can you fix your,
No.
oh, okay, never mind.
Right last month, I don't like that.
Your report says ATE Ader, Reet, Int, Lant, Bore of L, and report for East Earth.
You don't understand that?
I've been filling in letters trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had a problem.
Yeah, I was looking for Vanna White to flip over the thing.
You saved an ink.
See, look, it's the same report, you might have to put it right.
Yeah,
I don't know why it does that.
okay. Got anything?
Unfortunately, yes.
That's pretty good.
We had an incident over Thanksgiving. I got called out to the treatment plant. Lamont called me. For some reason, one of the 75 horse motors in one of the sludge tanks decided to blow up. It short-circuited, and we thought initially they had knocked out the main breaker going into the plant. About a $10,000 breaker. It took us most of the day, but Lamont was able to find out that it was coming out of the 75 horse motor. The problem I'm having right now is the motor's going to have to be rebuilt, and it's going to be really expensive. And I haven't quite figured out how to get it out yet. But it's probably going to require a mobile crane to come in and pick it out.
How was it put in?
Mobile crane. It's in the middle of a 60-foot diameter sludge tank. And
How deep is it?
18 foot.
Start shoveling.
I was gonna have Roger come down and take a look and see if he thinks we could pick it with a backhoe, but.
Roger's shaking his head. I don't think he wants anything to do with that.
Well, I don't
I'll
blame
get
him.
you a boat, Des, and you can go out there and patch her out. That's what we normally do.
Okay.
I doubt seriously if we can pick it with a backhoe. It's an extremely big pump, and it's gonna have to be rewound and rebuilt from the ground up. It's shot.
What caused the problem?
I have manufacturer. That's all they think it could be.
Is it under warranty?
No. They went out of warranty a year ago.
Of course.
Now, in the process of when that thing went and it got the breaker, which the breaker was fine, we found out. It also got a piece of equipment in the lab. It got our pH meter. That's a $1,400 meter. It went out. So we're gonna have to replace that.
So are you looking at it like a surge, electrical surge, or what? If it got into the lab and then out there in the middle of the sludge tank?
Unless it was just a coincidence that they both happened at the same time.
It's not on the same breaker, is it?
Well, see, that's just it. When it knocked out that main breaker, it got everything at the plant. It was shut down, everything. And so unless it just the surge when the motor shorted out, and for some reason it went in and got that meter and nothing else. That's the only thing I can figure. It got the flow meter also, but we were able to repair it. This thing you cannot repair. It's shot.
So how much money are we looking at? Guesstimation?
I have no idea, Bob. I wish I did. I've never, the biggest ones we've dealt with before this were 30 horse. Well, this was 75.
Okay.
So it's going to be, just be ready. It's going to be expensive.
Of course, you're not gonna do this until the mayor gets back, right?
And we're starting tomorrow.
Okay, good.
No. Well, we gotta get the arrange for the crane yet to get in to pick the thing out. And the only good thing is it's not a critical piece of equipment that we have to have running. It mixes the sludge tanks, and that's it. So, if we need to, we can let it set for a while before we have to actually jerk it out. But eventually it will have to come out.
Can we shut it off when we're not using it anymore in the future to keep it from knocking it out or not? Will the breaker not shut off on that where you could shut it off when you're not using it? Anyway, see what I'm saying?
No, you mean like shut the motor? It doesn't run all the time anyway. We run it every other day.
But could you shut the breaker off? Would that let the power go through at the end?
No. The motor is shot. It's all the windings inside.
I mean, in the future, could you shut the meter off like that when you're not, if you're not using it? Would that stop it from ever happening again? David said it won't, he knows.
I would imagine, but I don't know.
David said it wouldn't.
So,
Have you done any work on the wells yet on the cement on that?
Yeah, I'm getting the information put together now.
Well, them boxes are ruining,
Yeah.
ruining.
But what I'd like to do is I want to get it all put together and submit it to you guys at the same time. And so it'll either be at the next study session or the next board meeting, I'll have a proposal for you on getting those buildings put in.
Yeah, of course, you know what you're getting for Christmas now, right? Since you're spending all this money.
Probably nothing, right?
I'm with Roger, I think a little blow-up boat to go out to the middle of the sledge, how's that? Right. Okay, is there anything else?
No.
Please say no.
That's it.
Water adjustments.
I make a motion to accept them as wrote.
Have a motion and a second, those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Old business, concrete bids.
David, on the, what does the hot water do for like a cement? I don't know nothing about that. How does that help once we use hot water in the winter time on the cement? Does it have to use hot water?
In the wintertime? Yeah, you have to set up that.
Okay, see, I didn't know, okay.
It becomes the chemical reaction, it just helps the chemical reaction.
Okay.
Okay, so if we took the viewing bid, it comes at $86.60 as long as we don't need hot water, right? This reads viewing bid
Yes.
80, okay.
The mayor wanted us to reject those bids until January, that's what he told me, and it's in your packet too. Continue using Ewing till the first year, when that's wait.
Well, I believe to use Morgan's.
Yeah, they're using Morgan's now,
Are they
because I
using
signed a
Morgan?
check for $1,100 now.
Oh, yeah, it saves. Morgan's higher, right?
Mhm.
Mayor told me to use, I mean, I wasn't told them here, but I only use Morgan's till bids or whatever.
Well, if you
Okay.
used Ewing with hot water, it's at
89.
$89.75, whereas Morgan's, I guess, doesn't do hot water, can't do hot water, I don't understand it all, is $88.
So if we're gonna pour any more in the cold weather, we have to pay the $89.75.
You don't have to, Bob, but if you're paying finishers to be there for the hour, and you don't use hot water, they don't act to explore any, and it's just, they will be there 2 or 3 hours each day longer finishing, so however you wanna go on it.
Either way, we're gonna spend more money, right?
In cold weather, yes.
Okay. How much more concrete are you having to pour? Can we wait till it gets warm?
I mean, I could, it's up to the council, I mean, I could stop today, I mean, before that goes up.
Well, no, you got that.
I got that one little strip I'd like to get down on Main Street over the hill. And I don't like, well, I like probably, I'd have to measure 200 or 300 feet. And then down at the walk bridge on Main Street, it's about a 4-inch drop. And I gotta tear out some there and fix it. So the person gets over with a wheelchair, you can't get over the bridge. And I'd like to get that fixed. And that'd give the sidewalk, from where 4 from the square, all the way over to Hickory Street and to the grade school. But it'd be up to you on that, if you don't need to continue on, or if you don't need to stop. It's up to you.
What do you guys think?
I make a motion to accept Morgan's concrete.
I'll second agree.
$88 a yard, Morgan's Concrete. And have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye. Yo,
Aye.
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 Ayes got it. No other old business, new business. Scheduled December special meeting.
We need to have another meeting in December because we've got a few things going on, including Perry Scott wanted you guys to be handed this stuff. It's something that needs done before the end of the year.
It's a grant he can get to seal the airport and fill the cracks. I think it's a 90% matching grant. He can get 90%, I think, to do this, but we're gonna have to get on it pretty soon, get it done, deadline is. And there's about a lot of cracks down there, and seal it. But if we don't do it, we're, in my opinion, seal it. I talked to Andrew about it too.
Okay, so what
The
dates?
normal day that we would have is a holiday, and so I just put it on the agenda for you guys to schedule when you want to have the next meeting. If you wanted to keep with Mondays, we could just do next Monday. But if you wanted to do the last week of the month, we could do, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever you guys wanted to that week.
When are we having your Christmas party up here? Dinner?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about it.
Oh, that's right. Tradition has it,
I guess I'll have to think about that
What
tomorrow.
about next Monday, guys? What about next Monday?
I can go, as long as I know in advance, I can go whenever.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Let's
Like,
just go next Monday and
Okay.
have a special meeting and,
At the meeting, have it?
No, he's
Oh,
talking
in the
about this.
daytime?
yeah. In daytime,
Daytime? or-
nighttime?
We can, okay, wait a second.
You guys are talking about two different things.
Yeah,
okay, I need to schedule a special meeting for December.
and Jamie's saying special meeting next Monday at regular time?
Okay, you're right, Phoebe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jamie, you worried about eating?
I know.
Or
Is
Larry
that work,
was.
everybody?
Larry's worried about the eating.
I don't
Yeah, right.
get, I don't get much.
Look at
Okay,
that.
what date is that?
On bones.
The 19th.
Bones.
12/19 at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And this isn't on the thing, but council traditionally, we always donate to the
Yeah,
Christmas for the employees. So if you've got it tonight, give it to Deb.
Sure.
Give $20 to
I'd say we've just been, yeah,
Does that cover it, Debbie?
pretty close. I mean, I kick in ingredients and stuff and so do other people.
Okay. Okay, firefighter Kevin Hayes. Oh, Roger.
I need to ask one question. You just want me to push down and get Main Street done from the rest of Main Street, is that correct? With Morgan's concrete?
I'd rather have you fix the mud right there where you tore that one, you know, up, and then wait till warm weather.
Okay, it's
But-
up to you,
I don't know.
Either way, I just want.
That's
you
my
keeping
own
up?
I
opinion.
just wanna know either one way or the other.
Are you keeping up with your regular jobs now too?
Yeah, pretty much, Larry. I mean, I've always got work to do. I can clean dishes or cut brush, or we've got tons of work, clean sewer lines. You know, I mean, it ain't like that. And I think stuff after I get to sitting here. I've got a guy gonna retire the end of this month, David Weeks.
Is he open to retire?
He's been with us like 24 or 5 years, I think, maybe 26.
Maybe we can have him at the dinner, have a little retirement for him too.
Anyway, I just wanted to, you know, I'm gonna be shorthanded, I'm down to 5 guys, and he leaves, I'll just have 4.
Okay.
So, I should've brought that up at my deal, and I forgot about it, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But just, if you want me just to finish up what I like there, and cut off the spring on the cement, I will, or if you want me to go, try to go to Hickory Street, I will. It's up to you.
How much you gotta do, Roger?
Well, it's probably 300 or 400 feet yet.
If he goes to
and
Hickory
then
Street.
the bridge down there.
But
You
to
know,
finish up what he's got is what, 6 foot?
yeah, it ain't very much there. Matter of fact, I can put some gravel there, Bob, and I put some there where people could walk on it like it is, but I can finish it up with gravel, and I can wait till it warms up and wait till spring, if you want me to, or I can go ahead and do it. Stevie's got deals to cover the concrete with if it gets real cold. But now he's got a big job coming up, Stevie has, and he's gonna be really busy on some of it, but I mean, he said, you know, I'll work you and see it. And, cause he wanted to, you know, he wanted to continue to help, doing stuff for the city. So it's up to you.
Unless it's dangerous to forward. You know, you're either gonna go forward or you're gonna go backward. Yeah, I would prefer moving forward.
Cause I mean, that's, I just need an answer, you know, one way or another, and me and Steve will work together and try to get it in for you.
I wish you could finish up.
I'd like to finish Main Street,
Yeah, at least.
and that'd be a sidewalk all the way from the square to the grade school. That'd have a sidewalk to walk on, a good sidewalk.
But you'd be ready to start on Middle Street.
And then I'd be ready for something else come spring. You know, do that part and quit
Yeah.
till spring.
So how are you gonna, since Morgan's can't get you the hot water, how do you
Well,
do that?
we'll just, we just have to pick dates, Bob, and it ain't gonna be so cold, and, you know, I mean, there'll be breaks, I'm sure. Unless it just gets real bad or something, we can't do it then, but if we have weather like we're having, like say Wednesday's supposed to be 60, you know, I mean, these days
Is
that
that
we can
warm enough?
pick and pour,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and he can pour it the same days as he can pour with hot water. One thing is, it just takes finishers that are supposed to be there longer to finish it. That's the,
How much do they cost us?
well, a couple hours a day, but he's not told, you're not told about that many days to go on out there to Hickory Street.
I mean, I don't think there'd be that much addition to it. I think he'll.
Okay, what about, because you're gonna go right across the school's parking.
Well, that's where I'm going, I'm gonna try to work that in whenever they're on break that week. I'm gonna try to get the school deal done here when they're off, and then there won't be no confusion. Or I can just use the one driveway at a time. Either way, I mean, me and Stevie's done, talked about it, I talked to Dale Wilson, and, you know, it wouldn't be no problem.
That'd be,
But I'm gonna try to do it while we're going on vacation.
that'd be the best.
Yeah, and I'll just, well, matter of fact, I'll just, nothing else, if it's weather fit, I'll just drop it into spots and pour that, and then there won't be no confusion with the kids, the parking.
Also, Roger, Perry Scott said there's a little spot out there needed about a bucket of chat, but
Yeah, I went out to Perry Mission, and then I went and looked, and it's a little place there. I mean, I think that, you know, it's settled, all it's gonna settle, we just need to fill it up.
is it gonna hold for
I
blacktop?
think it will. I drove out there several times and looked at it, and they ain't no, you can't tell where the trash truck goes, so it's pretty solid.
Okay, so let's go back to the point of order. What are we gonna do on the sidewalk? I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to finish it out to Hickory Street this fall.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
now, firefighter. Kevin Hayes lives in Dallas County, passed the agility test. So you're recommending to,
That's right. Be on the farm.
any more
Who
information?
is
or anything? Oh,
Where's he live?
rural Dallas
I
County.
don't have his.
Huh?
Lives like 3 miles out of town. Where's,
Oh,
he's not live that far.
I make a motion, we accept the firefighter.
Okay, second? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Okay. We're down to ordinances. Bill number 11-09, which is an ordinance calling a special election in the city of Buffalo, Missouri to be held on Tuesday, April 3rd, 2012, for the purpose of submitting to the qualified voters of the said city the following question. Shall the municipality of Buffalo, Missouri impose a sales tax of 0.5% for the purpose of funding capital improvements, which may include the retirement of debt under previously authorized bonded indebtedness?
I'll make a motion, we accept it for first reading.
I second it.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
I make a motion that we accept bill number 11-09 for second reading and pass.
Second it.
Okay. Have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 And bill number 1110, which is ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Great River Associates.
I second it.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Second reading? Okay. Okay. Have a motion and a second for second reading and final passage. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. And since there's no other business before the council, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second. I make a motion. I make a motion